This is the second video in the Expert Charge Defense series, and in the previous video I showcased how the Expert Charge Defense allows you to reflect damage back to an attacking unit. That means that the charge, melee attack and bonuses to weapon damage that these naked warriors receive on the charge is going to be reflected back to them by the Illyrian Hoplites. And that's going to enable the Illyrian Hoplites to do a lot of damage, about 20 casualties to the naked warriors that are charging them, so that is substantial, but they will still lose. The only instance so far I've found where the Illyrian Hoplites defeat the naked warriors is when they are using Phalanx. So the Phalanx is going to allow them to both make use of their Expert Charge Defense. It's also going to give them bracing, increased melee defense, and it's going to give them a bonus of 5 versus infantry. So in this test we'll see how Expert Charge Defense works if a unit of Hoplites is in a Phalanx. Now the drawbacks to the Phalanx is of course that the Phalanx presents a narrow front when it's alone. So charging in, doing damage, the Phalanx allows the men to take less damage on the charge, but it's going to get surrounded. Still, they're holding fairly well. The Phalanx means that less naked warriors are going to be attacking Illyrian Hoplites at all times, and the Illyrian Hoplites that are up against the naked warriors are going to be fighting back with +5 melee attack and +5 weapon damage, which is decent against the naked warriors. So the Illyrian Hoplites that were charged when and only using Expert Charge Defense were defeated, while the Illyrian Hoplites that were charged and are using the Phalanx formation, they're going to be able to defeat the naked warriors head on. And with a lot of men remaining, this isn't a completely useless unit now. It still has more than 50% of its men remaining, and it can still do some damage. But if you stop the naked warriors from being able to outflank the Illyrian Hoplites, let's say you have a Phalanx like this, and you have an opponent that doesn't know how Expert Charge Defense works, so he's going to just smash into your front line with his naked warriors. Then we should see better results from the Illyrian Hoplites, because they aren't able to be outflanked as easily. And of course, if this was a battle, then Obelix, who's helping me with this test, would simply send his naked warriors around the flanks and get nice rear charges off on these Illyrian Hoplites. But this is just to see how they do head on. So again, doing a lot of damage. Let's see how it looks. There we go. That's how Expert Charge Defense looks. That's how you know if it works. So the naked warriors are taking damage on the charge, although they are charging a defensive formation. The Illyrian Hoplites are losing men, but they are holding exceptionally well here, because they are not getting flanked, and the naked warriors are losing men quickly. So if you have a high charge, low armor infantry going up against Illyrian Hoplites frontally, or even worse, going up against Illyrian noble Hoplites, you're going to lose a lot of men. You will be able to do quite a bit of damage to the Illyrian Hoplites, and these are naked warriors, so most of the other mid-tier sword units are going to be able to defeat the Illyrian Hoplites. But this is just to illustrate how the Expert Charge Defense works. So in this situation, the Illyrian Hoplites, not getting flanked, are able to do fairly well against the naked warriors, able to survive, but they didn't do much better, if at all, than against the naked warriors that were able to wrap around them. So Phalanx plus Expert Charge Defense is absolutely effective against stopping enemy infantry, doing damage to them on the charge. But again, against enemy units like thorax swords or legionaries from Rome, the Expert Charge Defense doesn't work as well, because it only reflects a little bit of damage, and it reflects the damage against units that have very high armor that can take it, which of course the naked warriors can't. In the next test we'll have a look at how the Expert Charge Defense works against shock cavalry. Strength and honor.